Okay, welcome everybody to Indoor Organic Gardens of Poughkeepsie. This is our logo, and we're exactly what we say. We're indoor, we're organic, and we're a garden. In fact, I have some samples here. This is an example of what we grow. This is a microgreen. We're going to be talking about microgreens. So we plant these things, and they look like this when they're done. And then we turn them into a powder, one of the options, and they look like this. So that's a production, a finished production, and then we package them, and they look like this. And this is a 2-ounce package. We have 1 ounce and 2 ounce. So anyway, so the story, the backstory for Indoor Organic Gardens of Poughkeepsie is that we're located in Center City, Poughkeepsie, New York. We decided that we would try gardening in this old department store. And so the first motive then was to utilize some existing underutilized buildings in Center City, Poughkeepsie. The second thing we realized early on was that if you're going to do farming inside, then there's a high demand for labor. It's very labor intensive, and so we need to be able to access labor. And finally, to provide a supply of certified organic vegetables to address the issues of health and malnutrition and whatnot. So the compelling characteristics are: A, we're organic; B, we're living. We have a live product here. We haven't exposed it to high heat, or it didn't take us a long time to convert it to the powder. It's a high density micronutrients. For example, vitamin A, we have 66,000 units per 100 grams of vitamin A in this finished product. And if you were to eat a raw, mature broccoli right out of your garden, it would be 623. So it's 109 times the density of vitamin A per gram. So the whole idea is that you can get a lot of vegetable nutrients fresh in a relatively small amount. Availability. Here we are inside. The sun shines whenever we want it to. We have LED lights and air conditioning and dehumidifiers and humidifiers. And so we're in what's called the CEA, a controlled environment atmosphere. Shelf life. So one of the problems with vegetables or plants of any kind is once you harvest them, they start to oxidize or they start to rot. And so by taking the moisture away from them, we can stave off that rotting process, because in order to decompose, oxidize, or rot, you need oxygen. So we take these things down to 8% moisture, and at 8% there's not enough moisture to oxidize. So you can see how green that product is, and that's basically the same as when you picked it off the vine. We don't put any additives. We're 100%. We're certified organic by NOFA New York, Northeast Organic Farmers Association of New York. And so we have no pesticides, no herbicides, no synthetic fertilizers. It takes a very small dosage, because the concentration in the case of vitamin A, for example, is 100 times what it would be eating a broccoli floret. 1 teaspoon a day is the standard dosage. Some people take 2, some 3, depends on your biome, how you're feeling, etc. But 1 teaspoon a day is equal to something in the order of 3 cups of raw broccoli. Depends on which vitamin you're looking at. Some of them are more dense than others. And then finally, the convenience. And so the convenience of harvesting a mature broccoli plant right out of the garden, taking it into your house and preparing it, whether you boil it or however you prepare it, compared to taking 1 teaspoon of this, in terms of getting the nutrients in it. That's what you're hunting for, is the nutrients. And so you can go through a lot of trouble or a lot of work to prepare the mature broccoli sprout. You can just put a teaspoon of this in your smoothie or in your drink, or put it on your hamburger, or however you want to do it. And so it's a very convenient way to do this. That's kind of an overview of indoor organic gardens. And